could be with anyone, you're here with me. You're here with me. You could be around, but
You could be with anyone, and I could be with anyone. You're here with me. You're here with me.
Hey, what's going on, people? Welcome to the show. We are back once again. Hold on one second. Let me adjust my things so I can see what's going on. Okay, so we're back on the show. Welcome back. If you guys can see me, you can hear me. Give me a 1 in the chat. That'll be awesome. Thank you guys so much. I gotta cut my hair tonight. But yeah. So I figured we would be doing some conversating about something that kind of came across my news feed recently. It's the idea of who pays. Like, I was curious, like when you guys go out with friends, coworkers, and you doing your thing, who go ahead and kicks in for that kicks in for the meal? Group of you guys go out. Is it arranged that one person is going to pay? Because I've seen situations like that. I've been in situations like that. Like you're sitting there and then all of a sudden, like, oh, I got it. They slap the card down or whatever. Out and cloudy, and they done. So what is your normal thing? I put a poll up, and I was kind of curious what folks' normal position was when it came to this kind of thing. Let me see what my poll is saying. 1 second. Just gotta put this in real quick. And before we get started, I'm gonna let the room fill up a little bit. We're gonna take a moment, let the room fill up, and then we're gonna rock and roll, y'all. Rock out with our socks out. Awesomeness. All right, let's go.
Could be watching chefs burn pots in the kitchen, or influencers fake fights for attention. Drama queens with crowns, but no conviction. But now you're here, my addiction. Could've clicked that prank, that mukbang feast, or streams of gamers slaying beats. But you're here with me, not scrolling free, not lost in streams or reality. You're here with me where you wanna be, out the algorithm, just you and me. Could be watching cats knock glasses down, or a dude trying to stunt stressed as a clown. DIY hacks turn smiles to frowns, but you're vibing here, no fakes around sound. This ain't unboxing or ASMR, no clickbait titles, no rented cars. Realest channel in your repertoire. Stay tuned, superstar. But you're here with me, not scrolling free, not lost in streams or reality. You're here with me where you wanna be, out the algorithm, just you and me.
All right. I'm back. I was trying to check my poll, and as it turns out, my poll has been erased. I don't know why. The Kremlins have got me. But because I have some clips. So we will be watching the clips, reviewing the clips. But I agree with this comment that came in from Elizabeth's mama, who said never $4.99 super chat. Said never go to dinner where you can't afford to pay. And I 100% agree with that. I think that if you go to a dinner and it's not so much, and I'll even go as far as to say, it's not so much that you can't afford to pay everybody's meal. But when you look at the menu, because trust me, when you order your food, you know the place you at, you know the place you going, and you look at that menu, and that menu be like, yeah, I said, if when you look at the menu, you go from like, okay, here's the menu, you get it, and you look at it and you go, then yeah, you probably should, be careful about what you order. So you know what it is, you know what you got in your pocket. And I always say too, like, even when because I know it's a separate issue where people talk about folks going on dates, and at some point maybe one of the guy, or what, usually it's the guy that you see on TikTok or YouTube shorts or whatever, he'll say he's not paying the he wants to go halves or Dutch. We used to call Dutch back in the day. He wants to split the bill with his date. He doesn't want to pay the whole bill. I think that from my perspective, if you invite somebody out to dinner or a date, then it's your responsibility to pay. Like, it's assumed that you're going to pay. Unless you make it very clear, like, we're going to go out, if we're going out as friends, or if we're going out and this is just how you choose to roll, because some women don't want you paying for them, like it or not. Like, they don't want you to feel like they owe you jack shit. So they be like, nope, I got my money, you got yours, separate checks, please, thank you. But I think if you plan on having that other person pay, it should be very clear. 1, 2, make it clear what kind of date you're on. If you're just going out for drinks and they sit down and they start ordering like 5, 6, 7 appetizers, then they all of a sudden they want to get into meals and they want to do like 4, 5 drinks. Like, you know what I mean? Make it very clear. Like, I said drinks. I don't know what that is. I don't know who you think you with, but I'm not him, Slim. So I think you make it very clear. But that's when you're dating somebody. I can understand there being a little more hard fast rules when it comes to that. But I've always advised my kids, especially my daughter, when you go out with somebody, even if they say they're going to pay, you always have money in your pocket. You always, always, always have money in your pocket. You can always pay for yours. If something happens during the course of that dinner and you guys get to arguing or whatever, don't let them take you to some fancy ass place. Order whatever you want, girl. You get that lobster tail steaks. You know what I mean? If you don't have lobster tail steak money in your wallet or your tap card, you can't tap it, or you can't pay it with your credit, debit, cash, leave that shit alone. Right? You ain't that hungry. But make sure that you can pay for yourself. Whatever you order, you can pay for yourself, and you always have money to get yourself home. You can pay for yourself and you can get yourself home. Those are my 2 top rules for my kids. That's what I tell my kids, for their own safety. Everything else is gravy. So if the date goes perfect and they pay and there's no issues, no problem, no fuss, no muss, cool. But in the event that they want to start acting slick or funny, or they acting weird, they want to call themselves getting up and walking out, nope. You got your money. You can cover yourself. But you always had that money to pay for yourself, no matter what happens, irregardless. But but when it comes to friends, like, I was curious, like, I'm going to repost this poll because I want you guys to be able to contribute as well. And of course, this is the call-in show, so you guys are able to call in and give your perspectives. But hold on 1 second. I gotta find I think I gotta post this. You believe that? All right, we're gonna start off with the common question that I had from the beginning, and they took it down for some crazy ass reason. How do you normally handle the check? Do you split it evenly? Do you pay my exact portion? Do you take turns paying? Like, I got this one, next time my friend get the other one. Or is it separate checks every time? When you sit down, separate checks, please. So we're gonna go ahead and run that poll. I'm gonna run that poll. I don't know what happened to the original one I had. I'm a little salty about that one. Actually, yeah, I'm a little salty about that one. But all right, so we're back in effect. Let's see, Jody. Oh, wait, before we go to Jody, let me give Elizabeth's mom a little something. Thank you so much for the super chat. Where's my something? He trying to hide my something, y'all. Then we have Jody Periscala with the $4.99 super chat. Said, no offense at all, but have lost weight while being sick. But have I lost weight while being sick? Yeah, I lost a lot of weight. I lost a lot of weight. No offense taken. Lost a lot of, I lost a lot of weight, but I lost a significant amount of muscle. So I'm back in the gym, trying to regain it. I know I'm looking kind of wafy on here, so please be gentle because I'm fragile, y'all. Yeah, but I'm gonna keep swinging. That's what I'm gonna do. But thank you so much for that, and thanks for noticing. Yeah, I'm still in the men. I'm not 100% yet, but fighting my way back. But thank you so much, Jody. And that was part of the reason why I've been using the avatar. Ooh, avatar. Yeah, I wish it was like that good weight. Like, you know what I mean? Like you get sick and you lose that good weight. You know what I'm saying? You're like, ooh, I look sexy. I ought to do this every year. Pneumonia looked good on me. You know what I mean? Like, it wasn't like that. It was something else. So yeah, it is what it is. But I'm back to my thickness. I'm gonna be thick as cold peanut butter. I will return in my own idiom. Yeah, but so we can go through some of these videos and then we'll drop the notice so you guys can call in. It'll be awesome. Because I'm kind of curious what you guys have to say. Let's check these polls before we rip too much into it. So how do you usually handle the bill? 64% of you say take turns paying, which, if you go out with good friends and people that you like, your buddies and good friends, I can see that 64% of the time, but like, you know what? I got it. Don't put your wallet away. It's on me. I can see that. Split evenly, but that's usually, for me, that's a good friend thing. That's not a casual, I know you from the gym or from the mall or from, some class or something, and we gonna go out. Yeah, I got everybody. No, we're not doing that. But I can see like taking turns with good friends, and family for sure. Split evenly, that was 13%. So, we're just gonna split the check up, whatever the check is. We're just gonna split it up. That's 13%. Pay my exact portion. That's 6%. And of course, separate checks every time. That's 19%. Feel free to participate in the poll. Are they there for you? What is this? I love having lunch with my one friend, but she orders 2 appetizers, salad, a meal, and 2 or 3 premium sides. I'm too frugal for an extra $5 upcharge for a baked potato. Yeah, that's one of the things. So you gotta be careful who you do it with. Chad Warren says, I say, yo, I'll be back. I'm going to the restroom and then never return. Just kidding. Just kidding. JK. I'll be back. This run right through me, y'all. Excuse me. I'll be right back. I think I passed the wind. And you walk out the restaurant. Next thing you know, they see tail lights, son. Jody said her dad used to pay to impress. I mean, like as a parent, like I've gone out with my parents, and usually I don't think I've ever I'm gonna be honest. I can't recall last time I paid when I went out with my parents or my dad. You know what I mean? But and I would do the same thing with my kids. Like, it is what it is. But yeah, other people, Bro, man, too frugal. I'm frugal too. I'm frugalicious. I am frugalicious. So, like, yeah, I'm not trying to impress anybody. You know who I'm trying to impress? Me when I look at my bank account. Right. And sometimes it's just straight sadness. You know, you looking at, oh damn. They done took the money out, all of it. Oh, they done cashed the bill checks. Oh, that balance is looking weak. Yeah, Caddy said the same thing. My parents always paid for me. I do the same for my kids. Yeah. You know. Oh, okay. What's this? TLC said I have really bad as acid reflux. So I used to get acid reflux too. I remember when I was in college, I was under so much stress. I had acid reflux. I was in college. When I was in college, I'm sorry. Let me read a statement first, and I'll do a story time. I have really bad acid reflux, so I usually only order an appetizer because that's all I could eat at one time. So yeah, separate checks for me. Yeah, I dig that. I 100% I dig that. But my experience, I had acid reflux. Let me tell y'all some shit about acid reflux. Story time. When I was in college, right? I during the summertime, you know, 'cause I'm working through college. I had two jobs. I worked at the mall, and I had one job where I managed a furniture store for the summer, and then I went across the hallway. It was a guy, he owned both businesses. So in the morning, I worked at the furniture store and then selling furniture, and in the afternoon, like midway through the shift, the mall being open, I was at the mall from open to close. I would walk across the hall and I would sell but now they used to call it Oriental rugs, but really it was a rug store. So I was selling like hand knotted, hand tufted, expensive ass rugs in the crazy suburbs to rich folks. So that's what I did. And I was under so much stress because I was paying for school. I was taking and I was taking a summer class. So I was taking classes because of the way I did my majors. I had a dual major and with a minor, and they were all over the place, right? So I had to take like extra class. It was crazy. And I had a bout where I had acid reflux. Oh, I thought I was having a heart attack. That shit hurts. It hurt. Like it felt like somebody was just inside my body, like facing this way or facing that way. And they were just pushing against my chest and my back. Like it just felt like my whole shit was expanding. I was like, I don't know whether my heart is about to explode or what's going on. I went to the emergency room, and this is when I first found out that if you go into the emergency room and you say you having chest pains, you will go back immediately. Because I went to the emergency room, I sat down to the receptionist. I walk in there, you know, I sat, looked at the receptionist. She said, "What you here for, sir?" I said, my chest hurts." Doors fly open, woof. They take me to the back, you know, and then they told me that I had acid reflux. I was like, "Shit, yeah, man, that is no joke." So if you have that consistently, I do feel for you. Because, like I said, I thought a kid was out. I was like, I done worked myself to death. Like I ain't even 20 yet, and I done killed myself working. This is ridiculous. But I learned a lot from working like that. You know, one of the biggest lessons I learned. Little side note. One of the biggest lessons I learned at that point was like I said, I was working both places, and there was 2 weeks where the guy went on vacation. The owner of the stores went on vacation with his girlfriend, and he's on the beach with his lady. I'm in the stores, opening and closing both his stores, right? Scheduling people, running the stores, running the tills, the whole nine, right? At the rug store, there was a guy who was the guy had like several rug stores in different malls, and our store was the flagship store. So he was the manager of that store, was the district manager or whatever, and he decided when the owner went on vacation, the manager quit and he went and robbed. He stole a bunch of shit from the warehouse, some rugs, like crazy expensive rugs from the warehouse, right? So I was left to do it. So I'm managing the store, and I'm now the impromptu district manager of his other store. Dude's on straight up vacation, and he's like, "Don't worry about it, James. I'll take care of you when I get home." Bop bop bop. So now I'm there. I'm opening and closing the stores. I'm taking care of the other stores. I'm getting orders and shit together. I'm doing all kinds of stuff, and I'm in school. And I'm sitting there studying one night. I'm reading through my homework, doing homework, reading while just waiting for people to come by, come into the store. Dude walks into the store, asks me, like, "Hey, what's going on?" I give him my whole little spiel about the rugs, whatever. And he said, "Well, what are you doing?" I was like, just selling rugs, whatever. He said, "No, what are you doing?" And I said, "I don't know. What are you talking about?" And he said something I never forget. He said, "What you're doing is you're working to make somebody else's dreams come true." And I never forgot that shit. He said, "You're working to make somebody else's dreams come true," which hit me hard because, like I said, I'm opening and closing this man's store on time every day. I'm there 7 days a week, front to back, the whole time doing this for this dude. I missed a couple classes because I had to work because nobody was there to help me. It's like, where's the guy? Where's the owner at? He on vacation. He living his best life. How many times have I worked at jobs, whether it's corporations or whatever, and I'm in there killing myself at the job, and the senior managers, the vice presidents, the presidents, CEO, they off in either in a different country, a different part of the country with their family in a chalet somewhere, and I'm killing myself to make sure that their pockets stay right. So I never forgot that shit. I never forgot that. Like you here working to make somebody else's dreams come true. And because in this life, you either working to make your dreams come true or you working to make somebody else's dreams come true. And that's one of the things that I tell my kids. I never forgot that lesson, boy. And then don't you know when that motherfucker, pardon my French. Pardon my French. When that some of so Mickey Wicky Ficky, when that dude came back, don't you know he tried to get me for money? Because I put in like all the hours I worked, all the stuff I was doing. He came back and was like, "Oh, I can't pay you that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to shift you over to salary." And that's like half the month. I was like, no, we're not doing that. Like, you owe me not only the hours, but you owe me overtime. Like, I'm here working to make your shit like I'm working, killing myself to make sure you're not getting fined because, working in a mall, if you don't open the stores on time or they close early or there's not people available, the mall can fine you. So I'm making sure he's not getting fined. I'm taking care of your other stores. I'm holding you down. And the first thing you come back and do is try to rip me off. Oh, baby. Like I said, that shit hit hard, man. That hit hard. But needless to say, for those who are curious, yes, James got his money. You believe that shit. I was like, I don't care what happens after the day. I don't care whether I work here or not. To be honest with you, I'm really considering not coming in tomorrow. But what we're not going to do is you not pay me. You're going to pay me for the shit for the time I worked. You knew I was here. You know what I mean? You knew my ass was here. You knew I was working. So it's not like I did the shit behind your back without your permission or whatever the case may be. And I'm doing it for you. He said that shit. I was like, I was like, let me take a walk because I'm gonna tear this whole place up. I mean, I'm about to bounce you off all these walls up in there because there's no way in the world. He was there with his brother. No, let me talk to you for a minute, man. No, ain't no talking. Only talking I want to see is you go in that register. You know what I mean? That was crazy. But yeah, you either making your dreams come true, you're making somebody else's dreams come true. But that's my acid reflux story. Thanks so much, TL Seals. But yeah, let's check out one of these videos, y'all. Let's check out one of these videos. Hopefully you guys enjoy it. There you go.
I'm not splitting no check. I told him to get separate. I'm not splitting no check with y'all, so I don't know why y'all trying to split no check. I'm not doing it. I didn't eat all all that y'all ate. Y'all getting drinks, y'all didn't get all that. I got this. No, it don't matter. It's my birthday. I got it paid for. We're not gonna do this birthday. So y'all trying to split the check? Who paying for your shit? I'm paying for my own shit. We need to get separate checks. I'm not splitting no check. I can't wait till 24 hours up. Why would I split a check with y'all? Why would I split a check though? I'm at house though. I'm paying for my own shit. I'm not splitting no check because I didn't eat all that. Got drinks and all that y'all got. But we always do that. We don't. I don't always do a fuck thing. I don't eat with y'all. I be by myself. You can make a difference. I don't eat with y'all. I be by myself. I ain't by myself. I pay for my son. My food. I don't eat with y'all. I'm not splitting. Y'all drink no more of this bottle though. I ain't got to. I ain't got to. I'm too high. You feeling great? I'm too high. You feeling great?
Yeah. I like the reaction, outrage. We always do it. We always ain't doing nothing. And she's paying attention to what she's ordering. You know what I mean? Like she knows what she ordered, and you show up to some of these events and people start going crazy. So let's go through the poll one more time. Because it's about 16 minutes old now. So how do you usually handle the bill? Split evenly, 12%. Pay my exact portion, that's 8%. Take turns paying, that's 54% of you say take turns paying. Separate checks every time, that's 27%. Hey, what is this? What we're not going to do is argue about it. Everyone pay for your own. And I agree with that too. I can see that. You know, and that is crazy. And I say, oh no, I have a budget. And that's what I budgeted for. You know. Oh, okay. I got you, Caddy. Yeah, but I mean that's where it's at. That's where it's at. So I mean, I appreciate her energy. I appreciate her energy. Oh, hell no, we're not doing that. And I also appreciate the fact that she's not getting bullied. Now we have another one where a young woman is kind of confronted the same way. And it's very similar. Let's take a look at this one.
Yeah, so the bill's $516, so I'm gonna just take out what I got, and then y'all can just split the bill on your own.
Nah, but everybody's splitting the bill, so why are you taking out what you got? Respectfully, if you didn't have no money, you should have split.
Respectfully, I'm not paying for your steak, and I'm not paying for your mac and cheese, I'm not paying for your mashed potatoes, I'm not paying for your 5,000 drinks.
Oh, wait, hold on.
Expensive restaurant, so why?
I mean, I know I paid.
I don't know why.
So the bill's $516, so I'm gonna just take out what I got, and then y'all can just split the bill on your own.
Nah, but everybody's splitting the bill, so why are you taking out what you got? Respectfully, if you didn't have no money, you should have split.
Respectfully, I'm not paying for your steak, and I'm not paying for your mac and cheese, I'm not paying for your mashed potatoes, I'm not paying for your 5,000 drinks.
An expensive restaurant, so why?
I mean, I know I paid the restaurant. I told Nas before that I was splitting my bill, and I'm not paying with y'all because I told you what it was. Go through the messages.
Stayed home though.
Nah, you should have just stayed home.
It's the person. It doesn't matter. It is a birthday dinner.
When you go to somebody's birthday dinner, you spend bread.
I'm sorry. Why y'all getting so loud? Why y'all getting so loud? Nas, get your people incorrect because I'm not paying for their stuff. I'm not paying for their stuff. I'm not paying for their stuff. Respectfully, I got myself chicken wings and French fries.
Here until the bill is paid.
Oh no. Y'all gonna stay here and split the bill.
I can pay for my stuff, baby.
Yeah. And nobody said y'all couldn't pay for y'all stuff, but all I'm saying is I'm not paying for y'all stuff. So I'm gonna go tell the waiter to split my shit, and y'all can figure it out. 7 ways.
If that makes your pockets feel better, babe.
It does. It's gonna make my shit feel way better.
Yeah, I guess.
I hope so.
Alright, so Alex,
she didn't come out with money tonight, so you need to split
Alex, just can you put my bill on a separate thing, please? Because I don't know why they talking jazzy over here.
Well, nah, there's only one
Alex,
See, now that's the bullshit. Let me tell you guys a little something. Fine dining. The reason why, we'll start back to front. The reason why Alex is sitting there saying that he wants to do one bill for the table is because if you have a large group, typically what a lot of restaurants will do is that they add an automatic gratuity to said bill. So especially if you have like a serious number like 517 is what I think she said from the beginning, that the bill came out to $517, then they automatically give Alex a gratuity from percentage from that bill. So that's why he's like, I don't want to, we don't split the bills, we don't break the bills up. Now, here's the thing. The restaurant policy versus the law. The restaurant policy versus the law. Legally, I am only responsible for the shit that I eat and order. Okay, well, shit I order. Not even so much what I eat. If you order some stuff, that's on you for ordering. I'm only responsible for the stuff I order. So she could drop the money that she wants to pay. The one thing I don't like about this, and I want to call this out very clear. The one thing that I don't like is in these situations that I've seen, because I had a whole bunch of them that I could have downloaded. I have one more that I'll play. Then we'll get to the phone calls. But the one thing I don't like is when they try to shame you. Oh, okay, well, you must be broke. You are brokey. Oh, you don't have the money. Oh, she came out to the party and then she don't bring her wallet. Or if you knew you was coming to a birthday party, you should have figured you were going to spend a whole bunch of money. No. Because if you're asking me out, my question is, when you have that, are you asking me out or are you asking my wallet out? Were you trying to hang out with me or are you trying to hang out with my money? Because what it sounds like to me is, because if I go to a steak place, like if I go to Ruth Chris, I go to Capitol Grill, I go to the Palm, I go to Four Seasons, I know I'm spending a lot. Right? I know that when the check comes, it's going to be a lot of money. You go to Ruth Chris, it's going to be the check for you and two people is going to be about $200, $150, maybe $200 with drinks and everything. If you go out with a large group, you're looking at about $600, $700, $800. Easy. Right? And regardless of what you're spending or what the final total is, I know what I'm ordering and I know what my money is. So I should fully expect to pay. I don't understand how I'm calling you a brokey if you just paying for your meal. And I know that when I order my steak and I get a $60 porterhouse with sides, and I'm getting like 3-4 beers, and I might get a shot of whiskey, a sniffer of whiskey or whatever. Then I'm getting dessert. Now I'm doing all this other stuff. I know that my bill is going to be, I should be ready to break off at least a C note. I should be ready to break a yard off for this bill because I ordered and I'm eating that food. And the only time, in my mind, the only time you're going to sit there and complain about somebody only paying for their food is when you are looking to try to get a discount for your fucking food. That's the only reason why you pissed off, because you thought you was going to come in, order a bunch of food, a bunch of drinks, and you weren't going to have to pay for it. Now, all of a sudden, I'm a brokey and I'm taking advantage of the situation because I don't want to finance your food. That's where I'm at, because the food is the food. If I order a steak dinner, I plan on paying for the steak dinner. I should at least have that money, because I would also assume that if we're going out, especially if we're going to split the bill, everybody should be equally yoked as far as that bill is concerned. Everybody should be equally yoked, meaning that when we order drinks, we order a round of drinks. When we order our food, we all getting appetizers. When we order our entrees, we're all either getting steaks, lobsters, some kind of chicken thing or whatever. But if somebody's sitting there and they say, if I was sitting there and I know that I had like 2 appetizers, I had an entree, hell, maybe I had 2 entrees. I was like, you know what? I want a steak. I want to try this steak and I want some ribs, right? And I want to get dessert, and I want this, and I want, and make, 4-5 drinks because I'm feeling spirited and I'm not driving. Cool, right? And I'm going buck wild, and I look over and I see somebody next to me ordering a salad. There's no way in the world I'll be like, yo, man, this bill is $1,000. You got to pay at least $200. Like, there's no way for a salad. And that's what I'm saying. Like, if you cool, if that's your friend, that's what you would say. Yo, man, you just had a salad. You had one beer. You didn't even get a real beer. You got like a Coors Light. You sit there drinking Coors Light or like yeah, yeah, you know what I mean? A Michelob Ultra. Like, no, he's not gonna be paying $400 for that. That's crazy. But it's when you sit there and you argue, and that's what my ear kind of rings up when I hear people say, like, oh, you broke because you don't want to pay for me to eat. I'm broke because I don't want to pay for you to eat. It sounds like you didn't come out prepared to pay for your bill. And because why are you arguing with me? Especially if you know that I've been somebody said earlier, they got acid reflux, they got a medical condition, or I think it was TLCs. But especially Jody makes a point, like alcohol, that shit adds up quick. Especially if you're in like depending on the market. Let me tell you something. You go to New York and you order one cocktail, one mixed cocktail could cost you like $20, $30. No bullshit. Like one drink could cost you $30. So if you sitting there, you talking about like, oh, every time the bartender walk by, I'd be like, yo, another one of those. Another one of those. You could have like $300 in booze. And if you're sitting there with somebody who's drinking iced tea all night, what? What do you mean split? Split what? And that's another thing. You gotta watch the people, and just real quick, you gotta watch the people who come out, and when you notice that when y'all go out or it's their turn to pay, all of a sudden your ass at McDonald's, Wendy's, Burger King. Maybe you go to it, like if they go crazy, you at a casual dining restaurant, like a Red Lobster, some shit. You know what I mean? you at Outback Steakhouse, right? When it's daytime to pay, or when they want to go out. When you talk about like alcohol, they drinking well liquor. They drinking draft beers. You know what y'all got on special? That's what they drinking. But then all of a sudden, be like, oh, I got this. Or we go out as a group. Now all of a sudden they want to start drinking Manhattans and reach up top, give me some of that Bellevue. Oh, I want some of that Goose. So give me some of that, that's a rock. No. If you don't drink Henny on your dime, don't be trying to drink Henny on mine. Okay? And that's what I say. And what does he say? Yeah, I'm London. It's expensive, but friends pick the place for everyone's budget. There are so many options. Exactly. If you want to go someplace, like I said, there are places in New York that you can get decent stuff. You can get decent drinks and all that. There's other places, especially in Manhattan, where you're paying for the ambiance. You're paying for the ambiance. Easy. Like, how much is a drink? $30. What? If I was in Scranton, Pennsylvania, this drink be $10 at most. And it'd be like 3 times bigger with a crazy straw on it. Hey, VLM, what's going on? Right on. What's this? Whoever has the money is who pays in my family. Usually my husband. But we would rather pay cash than I pay. Nothing wrong with that. And sometimes that happens too. You have a friend that is doing real well and they have no problem paying. God bless them. I don't rely on that. Again, always have money to pay your stuff. That's what I say. But we got one more that we're going to open up the phone lines. All right. And this is a little different. This next one is a little different. Because we covered 2 instances where it was ladies going out with each other and they were all friend groups. So you can hear the guys arguing in the background. She must be broke because she ain't trying to pay $500 for chicken wings and a drink. She must be broke. No, I'm just not a fool. Right? You're not going to take advantage of me. And that's the whole thing too. Like, it's one thing. And that's I guess maybe these videos kind of rub me the wrong way too, because I don't like getting bullied. Like, you're not going to bully me into paying. Like, if that's what you plan on doing. You think that you want to embarrass me by calling me names? That does not work. That has the opposite effect with me. Yo, you must be chicken or something. Anytime somebody says some shit like that, that makes me even more stern about. Now I can't do it. You know what I mean? Like if I was even thinking about considering doing it, like it was a possibility that I might do this shit. I was reaching in my pocket. The second you call me a name and you telling me that I'm a punk bitch or I'm a chicken or I'm scared or whatever the hell you gonna say to me, I'm cheap. Now I can't pay. I on GP, general damn principle. I can't pay. Now I can't do it because you're not going to bully me into doing it. Especially if I said I wasn't going to do it and maybe I started changing my mind, I absolutely have to stick to my guns now. That's crazy. What's this? Jen said, have a feeling some of these night in with a smaller friend group. Not that that's a bad thing. Yeah. Yeah, you lose some friends over some money now. You know, you lose some friends over some money. And this is good advice too from Lit Mom. Said before you order, decide how the check will be split. And when you order, tell the staff I'm on my own separate ticket. Yeah, and that's and that's my number one thing. I will quickly tell people, like especially if I don't really know the people, I'll say like, could I get my own check? Because and I even use the excuse like I might, I might not stay the whole time, so I don't want to hold anybody up. So just put my check on something separate. Thank you. Split my check off, especially if I don't know folks, because I don't know how y'all do stuff. And I'm gonna, well, you know what? Let me play this video, and I'm gonna go into something that is a little spinoff of this too. Let's check this out. This is a man went to dinner with some ladies.
I got the birthday girl and my wife.
Wait, hold on. Okay, here we go.
Separate check. Sorry, you don't.
Separated. I got the birthday girl and my wife.
Separate check. Sorry, you the only man at this table. Why are we doing separate checks? It's all women here.
No, but I'm not responsible for paying everybody. I got the birthday girl.
You invited everybody.
You invited all of us.
I didn't invite you, but I didn't sign up for that. Okay, there's nobody else doing
But you participate.
I know we ain't got shit.
I don't care how y'all do
I
it.
didn't order.
Well, I'm sorry. Dave, but you always pay, like, you're the only man at the table. You're not going to pay the check.
But I'm not obligated. I got my whole family.
It's $700 for this whole table, and it's my birthday.
This is your podcast co-host. This is your
Only
best friend.
$700.
It's only fans. Are you kidding me right
You're
now?
honestly being cheap right now.
Okay, first.
No, if that was the case, I'd have just took you out.
Are you
for your
being
birthday.
Dre? Are you gonna let him sit here with a whole table full of women?
I really feel like it's not his responsibility, and when y'all get a husband,
I'm married.
I'm sorry. I do have a husband, though. Hold on, wait a minute.
Thank you.
No, so Donnie, you're good because it's your birthday, but the rest of y'all, we want to chip in. You need to leave.
no, I'm not paying for anything. This is
I'm
why
not paying for anything.
No.
I'm not paying for anything.
I'm gonna tell you tomorrow.
No, he's the man at the table. He needs to pay.
Can you please separate the checkbook?
No, that's what I'm saying. That's ghetto. Like, you don't come to no establishment like that talking about splitting check.
First of all, you don't come to an establishment like that talking about splitting checks. If you're embarrassed, you could pay too. There's no law against you breaking out your wallet, because I did notice that when he said, okay, well, I got you, don't worry about it, and you got your happy ass up and ran off. I did notice that. You had a lot of shit to say on your way out, purple dress. But I did notice that. I'm gonna just make this quick reference. I appreciate the fact that he was there and he was trying to explain to them. Like, I don't know what you guys think about like that whole, if you're the only man at the table, you're supposed to pay. I don't buy on that bullshit. So I don't know where you guys fall on that. That's not my thing. That's not a chivalry thing, especially if I'm there with my wife. He's there with his wife. And I'm going to tell y'all right now, if that was me, I give his wife, I'll say this about his wife. His wife is very patient because she sat in the cut and waited till somebody invited her into the conversation. My wife is not that patient. There's no way in the world I'm going to be sitting there with a bunch of women and these ladies are talking about you the only man at the table and you need to be taking care of us and paying this bill, and my wife not gonna say nothing. Because my wife would have been the first one to say, excuse me, first of all, who the hell you talking to? That's my husband. He's not paying for y'all. I don't know where y'all got that notion that my man was going to pay for y'all. I'm telling you right now what she going to say. I've been with this woman for a long time. I'm telling you, she would not play that shit. This wouldn't even been a whole ass conversation. You know? This wouldn't have been a whole conversation at all. At all. She'd have dipped that shit in the bud. Like I got a husband. Well, you need to call him up and get this money because what he's not going to do is sit here and get hounded on. That's the first thing. Again, they go back to you being cheap. It's a $700 bill. I don't understand why it's not that much. If it's not that much, then pay it. What do you complain about? I hate when people say it's not that much, you could do it. If it's nothing, why don't you do it? If it annoys you, why don't you do it? Like even to the lady, like, oh, well, I mean, we don't be doing it. If it's like that, it's no money. Just pay the bill. He said, I got my family and I'll take care of the birthday girl. I'm taking care of the star person so she don't have to pay. That's my treat. Cool. Right? Y'all talking about free meals. What? What? Crazy pants. I'm telling you. Well, my white boy, she wouldn't have been playing that shit. Who the hell are you talking to? You'll be talking about her. Baby, calm down. You gave me. That would have been a whole different conversation up in there. Them ladies would have had a problem with mines, boy. Like, no. Because especially, it's not like when they talk to the wife and they said that shit to the wife, it's not like they saying to the wife, he needs to pay from his money. You're taking away from her too. You're taking away from her kids too. Like I came out here to help you celebrate your special day. And you sit up here acting like, he owes you something. That's what are we doing? But we had a super chat from Elizabeth's mama in the house, the $4.99 super chat. Said, some people offer to pay, then use it against you later. This is true. You know what I mean? Throw it right back in your face. Remember that time? Well, every time I take you out, all the things I've done for you. Take you out, buying you stuff. Now you want to sit up here and act different. So you gotta be careful who you take from. That's what I say too. Like you gotta be careful who you accept from. Not everybody your friend. And you're not gonna be holding that shit over my head and call me brokey and all that other stuff. And then telling people, oh well, I had to take care of James because he brokey. James don't never have money. That's why I take him out to dinner. No, we're not doing that. Like I'm not selling my dignity. Not for a damn sandwich. That's what I'm saying. But thank you so much, Elizabeth Mama. The one thing I will say, and part of the reason why, maybe this is part of the reason why I like my own little scar. And then I'm gonna drop the chat. Wait, hold on a second. I'll drop the link now. Oh shit. Drop the link now. There's the link. If you guys want to call in. Part of the reason why, like I'm team pay your own bill, team separate checks, is because I've gone out with coworkers. And we've had, like, there was a group of coworkers I went with, and everybody making good money. Like, it was crazy. Everybody's making good money. We're going out for like after work thing or whatever, or a happy hour, or, somebody has a birthday or kid or something coming, baby coming, and we take the person out, or they're retiring or leaving the office or whatever, going somewhere else. And you all go out to dinner, right? Or you go out to happy hour. When the check comes, don't you know every damn time, it always seems like every damn time, like I know what I ordered, right? So when they say, okay, we're going to split the check, we all equally yoked, right? So I know about how much I ordered, how much my food cost. So it should be like, if I ordered, say, $20 worth of food plus drinks, I know I'm gonna be putting in about $30, right? To cover like tax tags and tips, taxes, tips, and the whole nine, right? So I'll bump it up like that. $30, I'm putting in like $40, $45, right? Because that way it's no craziness. $45, $50, no craziness. It seemed like every time I went out with this group of people, this shit was always like crazy off. It was always like, how is it off this much? Did somebody leave and they not leave money, or what happened? Like somebody's not paying. Somebody's getting for free. Right? Because we all seem to be kicking in the same amount of money, but then the money is not coming up right. You got somebody counting the money, the counts off. And then it always seems like, people got to leave early and stuff. And like, okay, here's like, I ordered such and such, and here's my this is covering my bill. And if you're covering your bill and everybody's covering a bill, then it should be good. Right? Even above like the 50-50 splits and all that other shit. If you're just covering your bill, your money should be good. Like we should be straight. If anything, it'll just be like a little bit of money for the tip. Like if we want to leave a little more tip, like because I leave. Typically, I try to do real well for the servers, especially if we have a large group or we working people. I want to make sure I give them some extra because that's a hard ass job, and I want to make sure that they get blessed when they walk out. But I understand everybody don't do that, so I take that on me. Like if I give extra money, I give extra money for me, right? I don't expect everybody to do that, but at the same time, at least pay your shit. You know what you had. You know what the menu looked like. You know how many drinks you had, right? So I don't understand. Like that's where sometimes, like when I go out with certain folks, if I don't know you, I will definitely ask for a separate check because I don't want to get caught up in that nonsense. Where all of a sudden I'm not out trying to I got too far to drive, so I'm not sitting here trying to float out of this damn place. I got to drive home. I got shit to do tonight and tomorrow. so I can't be in, eyes turned out twisted, trying to get home. So I'm not ordering a bunch of booze, but then you sitting there with a bunch of booze hounds and they realize that, everybody is kicking in. All of a sudden they ordering like, liquor, shots, everything. And then they only want to put down $5. Look, like, I don't mind, if I'm going to treat you, my thing is, if it's going to be my treat, I'm going to tell you from the rip, it's my treat. Take from the start, I'm paying. Or if I surprise it, pay, like, just go ahead and take the card. You don't owe me nothing. I got it. That's one thing. But you're not going to force me into treating you. You're not going to back me into a corner. And because I don't want to treat you, all of a sudden I'm a cheap bastard. That tells me, like, that's disrespect. You don't respect me. You don't respect my time. You don't respect my money. You know what I mean? You're using me. So at that point, no, I'm not for all the games and stuff. Let's see, Kathy Ferran, I waited tables. I don't like to stiff the server, not to pay more because you are a cheap ass. Yes, every friend group has some that forget their wallet. Yeah, if you forget your wallet and you tell me you forgot your wallet, like especially if you're my friend, then I might even say, instead of us all splitting it, and if you're my friend and I brought you, they're like, okay, they can't pay. I got you. I'll cover your stuff. But yeah, like I just think that you should, like, just my opinion. I think you got to take care of the wait staff, especially if you plan on going back. Ty said, okay, it depends on the situation. If my man had it like that at the time, then ball out. But if I don't want him to pay, I'm not going to invite him. So you think that men should pay, if it's one guy there, he should pay everybody bill no matter who it is? Okay. Jody Periscala asked, what does everyone think about tipping? Guys, good tippers, bad tippers. Only tip when necessary. When the guy's like staring at you, you're looking hungry. Like I tip everybody. The only time I will refuse to tip, the service has to be shitty. Like for me, tips aren't automatic. Tips are like I have a base where I give tips. You know, I will tip just because I'm out and I'm doing stuff. So I do have a base. But if James from my take on reality say, yeah, just pay how much is it? Just that. Then the service was terrible. Like the service was terrible. In fact, me leaving a tip might be me about to talk to a manager because the service is that bad for me not to tip. But usually I try to take care of tipping. And I'll even say this. Like I try to take care of people, especially places where I go all the time. I've always tried to take care of my people. When I go places and I'm a regular at a place, like me and my wife, we had a thing where when the kids would go to school or they had we had time or whatever, we'll go to IHOP, and that was kind of our special place because when we first started dating, we would go to find ourselves at IHOP sometimes. And so we go to IHOP, and that was our thing. And there was a guy named Caesar. He was a waiter, and we used to take care of Caesar, right? And Caesar, my man, boy, my man, pots and pans. And Caesar was like, I remember one time we came in, Caesar saw us. Restaurant was like kind of crowded. There was like a wait. Caesar saw us come in. He was like, "Yo, James, me and my wife, excuse me, had our table ready." I was like, but that's the benefit of you taking care of your people. Sometimes they take care of you. I mean, we got to a point where I had a couple of waiters there that like we gave them like Christmas, like for Christmas, gave them like little tips and stuff for Christmas, you know, because there's good people. Like if you take time to talk to them and stuff and get to know them, most of them just hardworking folks. You know, they just trying to make it happen and working. Like, and again, haven't had the experience of working food service, but I recognize I've had a lot of friends, people who I'm really cool with, and I've been to enough places, especially in certain industries that I worked in, where I'm telling you, they work so hard. It's not just bringing food out. Like it's a lot of work. So I want to make sure I take care of them and at least make their night worthwhile, you know. So, but yeah. But is this I'm a former service. Please understand servers have to tip a percentage of their sales. Oh wow. Okay. I didn't know that. Uh uh yeah, I thought I was just taking care of them. And I know they have to pay out, like especially if you go to a place with a bar, they have to tip out so you tip your server, and then they also have to tip out their bus boy, and they have to tip out the bartender especially if you're ordering beverages from the bar. That mom said tips equal to ensure proper service. Well, see, I think that you should get proper service regardless because I think they should do a good job irregardless. But tips do that if they know that you will tip, they definitely treat you different. I mean, I think that is fair play. Oh yeah, here we go. Kathy Frey, yes, I had to tip out the busser a percentage, which is fine. But if I bus all my tables and reset them and I pay you, that's an issue. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, but that's what I was saying. Like I know they got to pay the bussers and they got to pay the bartenders a lot of times if they use the bartender, especially if you tip them on a credit card, because then it's all electronic. That's why, you know, I've even gone as far as if I have an exceptional waiter or wait staff person, server, I've gone as far as like tip on a credit card. Like I'll, do the general 20. And then, if I want to slide them a little bit of extra, I might give them some fold up in their hand or whatever, because I understood that part of it. Like, because everybody getting taken care of, but I really want to bless you because you, especially if I go to a place and a wait staff really makes the experience for me. Because it's not just when you go out to dinner, it's not just about the food, but the wait staff is really the handshake of that business. They're the ones who you're interacting with. They're the ones that's adding and increasing the value of that meal just by how they bring your food out, the times and the timeliness of them refilling glasses, drinks, and things of that nature, making sure that you're getting everything that you need, getting your order correct, making sure that you're that when you do order things, that you're getting all the proper condiments and things that you may want, or if you want additional things that they're present and available, like that part of it. And you're figuring you're not just doing that for just my table, you're doing that for the whole room. And if you're making that experience to where, like, I feel like I'm not wanting for anything, and you're making this a special experience because you're making me feel like I'm important, then yeah, I need to bless you with a little something. I need to hook you up with a little something, because you are making the experience. You're making my experience here better. And I've even gone as far as to call a manager over, and especially if I have an outstanding waiter or waitress, this one right here is a keeper, because they've been hustling all night to make sure that my table has been taken care of. And I see them taking care of the people around here, because what I find, especially when it comes to like between service industry and retail, too many people are too quick to call or yell at managers when they have complaints. But when they have good experiences, they don't want to say shit. If you want to keep good experiences, you want to keep those good vibes, you want to keep that good service, you make sure you reward the people who are taking care of you and doing a good job too. You make sure you recognize those people too. You know what I mean? Because I've even said to people, like, whatever you paying them, you need to kick them a little something extra, because they are making this place. You know what I mean? They are making this place. They're keeping it hot. As Carmen Cutie said, I used to bar back and stayed living off of tips. That's bar backing is tough too. That's a huff. With that being said, my bartender never ran out of clean glasses, and bars stayed clean. She was really stingy with tipping me. Oh, wow. So I started slacking. Yeah. You got to take care of people taking care of you. Was this as a former waitress as a kid, tipping yes, but I do expect the dinner plates off the table. Hard to find today. Yeah. Elizabeth's mama with a $4.99 super chat said, I worked at Chili's during COVID as a server. I could tell some stories. I'm sure you could. I'm sure you could. Yeah. Chili's is actually a pretty cool place. Chili's is actually one of those places. Casual dining, like the fine dining, their staff usually gets a lot of recognition because the tips are usually a little higher because the menus are higher, and people tend to give a percentage of whatever they're paying in total. So that service is usually that service. Casual dining, those are the people that I was specifically talking about. Chili's, what used to be Ruby Tuesdays, TGI Fridays, Longhorn, Outback Steakhouse, casual dining. They have outstanding servers. Sometimes IHOP have outstanding servers. And it's just understanding like the environment in which they work. It's a high volume, high pressure area. And if you have a really good server, you have a really good server there. And that's why, like I said, I go to those places, and if I find somebody is like, they hustling and they on the game, you gotta tip them. Gotta tip them. That's my rule. But thank you so much, Elizabeth Mom. Let me get a little something. Thank you so much. Yeah, but I'm sure you got some stories. If you want to call in, we had the phone line up, the link up. You guys want to call in? No pressure, no pressure. And we do have the just so you guys know, we do have Speak Pipes. We're still doing the Speak Pipe Thursday show. So if you want to call and leave a message for Speak Pipe about any of the subject matters that we cover, as well as Sister Wives, you can't forget the Brown family foolishness. Please don't hesitate to go ahead and do that. Let's see. Okay. See, I encourage my kids to tip. Carmel Keys. I encourage my kids to tip, but always based on the service received. Yeah, that's where I'm at. It genuinely irks me. Servers expect you to tip, and they give crappy service. Not doing it. Yeah, there's some places, and I'm a little odd with that too. Like there's some places it's just like I can't do it. I can't tip. If I go into like the way they run tipping now, you go into Dunkin' Donuts and you're like, give me 3 donuts and a coffee. And all they gotta do is just pour the coffee and then 1, 2, 3 donuts in a bag. And then they had a tip thing that, like, what am I tipping you for? I don't understand. That'd be like if I went to 7-Eleven or a convenience store. I go to a supermarket, and because the guy rang the stuff out and be like, oh, yeah, you want to leave a tip? Tip for what? What am I tipping you for? There's some place I just like, why are we tipping? They need to pay you more. You should not be relying on tips at this place, But like at restaurants, things like that, like I said, even casual dining restaurants, places like that, they have to do shit. Like put in the order correctly, bring the right stuff out, give it to the right people, condiments, things of that nature. Following up with you, asking, do you want anything else? Do you need more water, drinks? Would you like another beverage? Do you want to, try to upsell you with the dessert menus? Like they're doing a lot of stuff. So for them to get tips, I understand it. A barista, if you're a barista and you're making specialty coffee, okay, cool. Tip them, I get tips there. But if all you doing is pouring a drink, what am I tipping you for? You walked my hamburger from, the heating area to the counter, and I'm supposed to give you $3 on top of the fact that I'm overpaying for this shit anyway. Yeah, it's wild, boy. It's wild now. What's this? I know places in California will automatically add in gratuity to their bills, and it's like 18%. Yeah. What the hell? Not eating there. Yeah, I don't like. Again, I tip. I'm a tipper. Okay. I'm a tipper. He's a tipper. She's a tipper. We're some tippers. Wouldn't you like to be a tipper too? Just a tip. Show tunes. Yeah, I am an avid tipper. Like I believe in tipping, especially for good service. But I feel that it should be my choice, 100%. Like it's my choice. So if I feel like I got shitty service, I don't want to tip somebody just for showing up to work. That's what you get a paycheck for, right? I'm not tipping people just to run plates. That's what you get a paycheck for. I tip you as a server for the experience that you provide. And so that's just, what are we doing? 18%, like, because usually a standard tip is 20%. So I'm tipping you. You automatically getting 18%, and you get to be nasty. No. Yeah, that's what I'm. I ain't want to say it. Yeah, that's it. But let's just put it where it is. Any establishment where I get my own drinks and food, I'm not tipping. Chalk that up. Yeah, yeah, call that a loser. Was this there's a YouTube show called Very Delta, hosted by drag queen Delta Work. Okay. And she's always making vids about tipping in restaurants and how people rarely offer good service anymore. Yeah, it's I think being a good waiter, a good waitress, like I like personalities too. And I think again, like a good waiter, wait staff can smooth over a lot of your problems. Good wait staff can smooth over a lot of your problems as an employer or as a establishment. If you have a really good wait staff, they come out and there's issues like say with the food being wrong or stuff ain't coming out hot or something comes out improper. A good waiter, a good waitress can smooth that over. Make shit better. So if they're good at their job, a lot of they solve a lot of problems on the front end. But if you're so used to just getting the money, like I went one place. There's my wife and I, we went out. It was a few of us. I think it was like maybe 5 of us. And we went to a restaurant. I won't say the restaurant, but we went to like a casual dining restaurant after we went to an evening of dancing the lights fantastic. And we show up to the restaurant and I'm like, okay, well, you guys close in about an hour. Is it too late for us to get something to eat? Like I'll even do takeout or whatever. They're, no, come on in. You guys can sit down and eat. It's fine. So we get settled, we sit down, we order our drinks, we place the order immediately, right? Because I don't want to stress anybody. I'm not one of those people who like, if they close at 11 or 12 o'clock, I'm not the dude that want to sit there till 12:30 or 1 o'clock. I understand they trying to get done, they trying to finish up. Cool. They said that we have a limited menu because we've closed down this and that. Cool. We ordered off the limited menu, and the second we got our food, they come out and I'm like, all right, I can pay the tab so that way we're done with the money. The guy comes out and was like, all right, we're going to have to ask you guys to leave. What? What are you talking about? So we're doing takeout. I was like, I don't mind. I offered to do takeout from the beginning, but okay, we're doing takeout. That's fine. But the wait guy was like, the waiter was being nasty about it, like we were bothering him. So I was like, all right, fine. You know what? I'm just paying the bill. And that's what I did. I paid the bill, no tip. Then he wanted to get bent out of shape. And, and this is where it got reckless. Because the one of the people who ain't had no money was, and go ahead, get some. We'll pay for you to get some. I'm so embarrassed. Y'all didn't leave a tip. No, I don't leave tips for bad service. If you tell me, like, if you had told me from the beginning, we can't serve you because it's too late and we're about to close, no problem, no fuss, no muss, I wouldn't have been mad. If you would have said, oh, you guys can order, but you got to order takeout, no fuss, no muss, I wouldn't be mad. But don't bring my shit out on a plate and then tell me when you drop the plate down that I got to go. And you're nasty about me going. Like I'm holding you up. Like I forced my way into this place. And you sitting there sucking on your teeth and shit. No, I'm not leaving no tips. Sorry. I'm not doing it. We are not doing that. Oh, we got ads? You got ads running? Let me know. Okay. The Jam said Iowa law mandates a minimum cash wage of $4.35 per tip hour for tipped employees. Yeah, that's not bad. Because they need that money. I mean, they should have a base anyway, because if they don't have a busy night, they get crushed. Usually the best premium hours, weekends, evenings, if your restaurant is open during the day, so the people who work during the day getting screwed over because nobody's showing up, like that's crazy. Local art switch shouldn't be mandatory. Employers should be making their employers, not me. I do tip, yeah. Yeah, tip shouldn't be mandatory at all. Okay. Yeah, I just, I'm not impressed with that. But if you guys want to call in, you're more than welcome. We got a little more time left. But yeah, I mean, I just think overall, I think that like the tipping thing is one thing, but how you pay. Let's go to the poll. Let's see what the poll results were. How do you usually handle the bill? For 12%, split evenly. 18% of you said pay my exact portion. 31% of you said separate checks every time. Yeah, separate checks tend to not cause any problems. That's best way to avoid any issues or problems or any confusion. 39% of you said take turns paying. And I think that take turns paying is directed more or less to just making sure that when you're going out with friends, that makes sense to me. But we had Darlene Hall gifted One My Take on Reality membership, trying to keep the Saturday party going. Yeah, we have some good talks on Saturday. So if you received the membership, make sure you come on through for Saturday because we have a ball. We have a ball on Saturdays. So thank you so much, Darlene. Let me give you a little something, Darlene. All right. Yeah, but I want to try to just so you guys know, I want to try to be doing some more interesting things. Yeah, Darlene said, I will be there. I'll be there. I'll be there. Just call my name. I'll be there. Oh, just look over your shoulder, sonny. Woo. Michael Jackson, when he was a little kid. He was a cute little kid. Yeah. I'm just saying. But yeah, I just did I not put the link? I put the link up top. Oh, yeah, it's pinned to the top. Yeah, I just think that when it comes to like you go out with your friends, if you're going out with friends and this is how you get down and it's part of your friend culture, just make sure that when you have additional people show up to to whatever it is you're doing, that when the bill comes, they understand what the protocol is and that they agree with it. And then keep an eye on them too. Like if they're not ordering anything and you guys are going buck wild, I think that you should take that into account as well. Like, not everybody is equally yoked. Not everybody's money is the same. So don't go crazy. Oh, okay. I think you got it right. Hey, Carmen Cuties, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Well,
I didn't see it because the poll was covering up the link on my phone. So,
okay.
It was like, can you just drop it again? But then I was like, well, maybe I'm too late. I'll just hang out.
No, you're right on time. So what's on your mind? What's on your mind?
I'm gonna do my last little tidbit of our little round segment for a second and talk about the light shade that both Maddie and Janelle dropped this week with the pictures of them on the porch. with all the kids who are out in North Carolina and the grandkids.
I didn't even see that.
It's a nice little picture. It's got McKelty, Tony, Savannah, Maddie, Caleb, Peyton, and Janelle all in a picture sitting on the porch of their new home. And the grandbabies, of course. And so I thought it was hilarious, the light little shade that was put out there by even posting the picture. Because you know how badly Robin wanted to sit on the porch. Yeah. Her sister was. I thought it was hilarious. I was like, the shade continues.
That's crazy.
No, but I haven't watched the live that Notes to Self posted regarding her event at Holding Out Help. But from what it looks like on the picture, I'd be shocked to see if that's Christine with her aunt Kristen in the same picture.
Oh, you think?
Since they both help the same organization. And it just got me thinking, like, if production really wanted... Sorry, I'm trying to cook and do things in the kitchen at the same time. If production really wanted to boost ratings for another season, if we're not going to get Cody reconciling with his children genuinely, right? Then maybe we can get Christine reconciling with her aunt.
Yeah.
Just an idea. Who knows?
I mean, I think that would actually work better because at least with the kids, I'm always concerned that if they pull the kids in, it's not as helpful to the kids. Like the kids appearing on the show would definitely help the adults and definitely help the show. But I don't know how good it's going to be for the kids. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's the only thing that I would be concerned about.
But they're all spread out too, because isn't Hunter's in Alaska, Logan is in Vegas, I believe Gabe is now in Chicago. Leon is in Colorado, I believe.
Right.
Or Utah, somewhere in the Midwest. Then you got Aspen and Isabel Truly in Utah. You still have Gwen, who's the only one in Flagstaff. And then everybody else is in North Carolina.
Right.
That would be one hell of a reunion. You know what I'm saying? It would have to be something that they're all gathered to and for to get them all in one location just to even film.
Right.
Which you and I both know would be a load of bullshit because Cody would only be wanting it for simply a storyline. So again, how authentic would that be?
Yeah, well, that, and I don't see a world where, well, one, I don't think, because I know Logan has zero interest in being on the show, and there's a couple others that have zero interest in being on the show anymore. But even if they agreed to it, just for argument's sake, I don't see a world where Cody wants them to do it. Because he would be afraid. Like, I think, because this is also part of the reason why Cody didn't want to meet with all the wives at one time. Because he's severely outnumbered. Like, he really has to have the position where he can overtalk and overrun whoever he's in a room with. And so to be in a room with all 13 kids, especially if one of them crack because all it takes is for one of them to crack it, like Maddie to say something about how he wasn't around, then the other ones to start piling on, he'll run out of that place. Like, he on fire, So I don't see him agreeing to it. He's like, I'll be crying like no. You ain't gonna have me crying on stage.
Yeah, I don't know. It's racking my brains to try to figure out what the hell another season would consist of.
Right.
And for the like of me, I can't figure it out. Like, maybe seeing Janelle possibly dating, and keyword in that sentence is possibly, because I don't see her turning on the charm and the flirtatious side of her just for the sake of a storyline, right?
Right.
So all we'll get is the continuation of the homes and where they're currently at with Tata Farms, which is not far, not much, not much at all. And then, of course, whatever Mary has going with all her stuff that she's doing with her home, because it's no longer a B&B. She's turning it into like an event center or whatnot. So all her construction and remodeling, then on top of trying to, pull out her dating scene. Like, I think it's going to be another season of Cody and Robin trying to tell us all that their kids have interesting lives that we actually give a damn to watch. And Cody trying to pull out well, are you comfortable with being a monogamist? And her saying, are you comfortable with, only having one wife when you've been used to having 4 wives? And like,
Right.
I think you'll be wasting more film than not trying to pull that out your ass for season 21. Like, I don't know. It's not making sense to me.
Yeah. Well, because season 21, like I said, I figure they have to start running teasers sooner before later, because we're about to enter into the summer, and folks still have no idea what they're even talking about at this point.
Right.
What they even propose to show. Like, why would I want to watch it? And especially when people are trying to make decisions, like I've made decisions as far as like my subscription services. And people are trying to decide whether they're going to pay for that premium subscription service so they can watch the show when it comes out, or even watch the show at all. Like, you guys got to give them something to make them want to watch it, because the loyalty thing just isn't there enough, And I'm not going to do the fanboy, like, just so we're very clear. Like, I think I saw somebody had asked on the Facebook page if I would still covering Sister Wives. And yes, I'm still covering Sister Wives, but what I'm not going to do, I'm not going to be a fanboy Sister Wife commenter. I'm not going to do the lifestyles of the rich and famous coverage. I'm not going to do the day-to-day, hey, I woke up this morning and I brushed my teeth twice and I went downstairs and I had a bowl of cereal. I'm not covering that. So if they have something that's worthy of talking about or conversation, and I'll cover it. But if they don't, I won't. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I get it wholeheartedly.
Yeah.
I just feel like we're at the turning point of they just either need to let it go or they need to hit us with the wham. And what I mean by that is it got to be something spectacular pulled out of the networking asshole to keep the viewership, because it's just not there.
Right. And it's not, I mean, because I get it. In 2010, they came out with their stuff. It was one thing because people weren't used to them. So, yeah, we would sit there and watch them do stupid shit. We're going to go outside and carve up some jack-o'-lanterns. You know what I mean? Okay, cool. But I'm not watching that shit now. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, I'm over that. Like, I'm well past watching y'all carve up jack-o'-lanterns for fun. Like, so if that's what you plan on, like, your episodes being, y'all can count me out. Like, I'm done with it. So if you're not going to present, and like I said, if you're not going to present real topics, real issues, real conversations, then there's no point in me even pretending I'm going to cover it or participate, because I'm not. You know what I mean? I'm just not going to, because I don't think it's worthy.
I feel it. I'm with you 100% when it comes to that, because even like the little tidbits, because I know, God, what's the name of that podcast? We Love to Hate, or I'm probably saying it wrong and I'm chopping it up right now. Things we love, the hate, the love that we get. What y'all know what I'm talking about with Jody and Amanda.
Okay.
They have like Browntown on weekly, just covering like what they talk about on their web pages and the inner workings of their social medias, and just whenever pictures or certain things come out, they will follow and speak up about it. But if there's not much to report on, there's not much to talk about, so to speak. And I just feel like unless they're going to drop some whammies, meaning Christine and Mary's new book, what the hell or I don't know, like, what the hell are they going to plan on doing? Because again, we probably won't get a summer episode. At this point, I think the TLC lineup would have to be late summer, early fall, which would be, the September showing of whatever the next season would be, if they go through with having us see another season. Ain't much out there that they have, going on in their personal lives to draw out a whole damn 12 episodes for. I don't know. I think I've been saying this for a while. Like, if they're recording a new season, what the hell could it be about? Their lives collectively just aren't that interesting.
Right. And if it's more of like, we're just going to film Cody and Robin going to restaurants and having random conversations. What are we doing? Or because even then, like Christine, I'm going to tell you about some of the horrors of polygamy and it was so bad. Okay. But what about now? I mean, what about your current relationship? Where are you at? What are you doing? What's happening now? So
right.
I don't know.
We're gonna get glimpse of, Cody making Kodiak waffles for Saul before sending him off to school after brushing his hair. You know what I mean? And complaining about him putting his phone in his pocket again. I don't know.
He's got his phone in his pocket. He's gonna get.
We're gonna get glimpses of him being an amazing father to Robin's kids, while we all know he's a horrible father to the rest of them.
Right. And that doesn't play well. So, I mean, that's, again, these are like all issues. And he doesn't want to talk about the other kids like they don't exist. So that's not going to play well. Like, you know what I mean? It could be a point of contention, a point of conversation. If it was a thing where he was treating Robin's kids really well and he's treating his kids like shit and people were able to talk about it, but nobody can even talk about it with him. So we just supposed to pretend like it doesn't exist. And that's not going to work for me. So, I mean, I get, I don't want people to feel like I'm abandoning the sister wife space, but I'm just kind of in a position where I feel like the sister wife space is abandoning me because I don't know if they're offering anything of value anymore.
I agree. I'm right there with you. It's hard to keep up with people who don't give you nothing to keep up with.
Right. And even if they just talked about their positions, like, okay, fine, you don't want to talk about like maybe your personal lives. Why don't you give us your positions on things? Because even with the whole polygamy legalization thing, like I did a video on polygamy legalization based on the fact that Janelle had kept bringing it up, but she's yet to detail or lay out how she would envision polygamy being legalized. And I think that like, if that's what you believe, you do that. Because I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you. When push comes down to shove, polygamy is not my fight.
Right.
You know what I mean? I don't have a dog in that fight. So when I talk about polygamy, I'm just, I'm that's a mental exercise for me. If this is something you believe in, you guys should be trying to figure out how to legalize it and bring it into the mainstream instead of leaving it up to somebody else.
I agree. I don't know. I think I'm at the crossroads of personally. Miss Linda said it. I'm not trying to cruise with Christine. I'm not getting flowers from Janelle. I damn sure aren't doing any events and or worthying up with Mary. And I ain't doing no type of business with Cody and or Robin. So I'm left to be like, okay, well, I'm a fan for sure, but at the end of the day, there's no. I don't want to say there's no fandom without them doing something active with their lives, but I feel like keeping up with them is just like keeping up with my best friend's grandma at this point. I'll call and check in on Abuelita from time to time, but I don't see her every day.
Right.
I'll call on Mother's Day, birthday, and holidays, and that's maybe once or twice in between, but that's about it. And that's how I feel like I'm treating them at this point. Like,
yeah. And
we're social media friends.
Right. And to a point, it's just like, when it comes down to it, that's them having a happy life.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like if you have a life with no issues, because I've always said that I would have a shitty reality show. That's why I could never do a reality show, because my reality show would be shitty. My shit would be so boring. It would be ridiculous. And that's just the way I like it. And there's nothing wrong with that. But if you're going to be on the show, you got to have something to make people want to watch it. And so that's where their choice comes in.
So what do you feel with doing the pivot will be your avenue regarding your channel, if I can ask that?
Okay, the pivot is like I'll do more like kind of the things that I'm doing now tonight with the tip stuff or relationship stuff. Like I have a
Mhm.
couple videos that I want to shoot. It's crazy. Like so I I have well hold on a second. I'll take a look at my thing. So I can tell you like
Papa, can you give me a colander? I done said it twice. I didn't know who was talking to. You! Who else is in the house? Sorry. Kids don't listen.
only when they want stuff.
Right.
Um
Can you give me a colander, please? A strainer? Thank you.
Well,
oh yeah. Cause I got one like a guy, his wife is divorcing him, or he's divorcing his wife because she cheated on him. And now she's calling him up trying to see if he'll stop the divorce because the guy she cheated with cheated on her.
Oh, thank you.
Hey, didn't see that shit coming. But
Oh, so the karma playbook didn't hit back, huh?
oh yeah, both hands. Karma will fuck around and lay their hands on you. I'm telling you.
Wow.
Karma will lay their hands on you. But it's stuff like that. Like I have another one with what is it? Another young lady. She's asking the dude, like she got pregnant, and she's demanding that her husband take care of the baby, even though they both know it's not his.
Oh.
You know, talking about like we can just. I don't understand why you mad. I got another one today. This lady had I even asked a general question. She was living with this guy, right? He has a child. She went through his stuff, and she found the child's birth certificate or social security number, and she filed to get the child deduction on her taxes without telling him or telling the child's mother.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so it'll be like I'll be covering things, something like that.
So you sparking conversations that basically gonna get people asking.
Yeah. I'm telling you, like, I don't know why she did that shit. I don't know why you did that. Girlfriend, I don't know why you did that. Because dude even said, like, in the video, like, well, what am I supposed to tell his mama? You know what I mean? Like, what am I supposed to tell his mom? Like, you filed for the tax deduction, and if I file for the deduction, I'm giving her some of the money.
Yeah.
So you getting it? What am I supposed to tell his mom? Look, girlfriend, that is not your child.
Ooh.
I don't care how much you watch him or what you doing for him. That is not your baby.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah,
Folks is trifling. I'm sorry. Because, baby, one, dad getting cussed the hell out for the simple fact, why you didn't protect his information a little bit better. She
Right.
shouldn't even have the brains to have access to his stuff.
Right. And the fact that you like, and there was a whole conversation about it. I'm like, the fact there's a conversation, there's no conversation. If you go through my stuff and you pick up a social security number from my child and you put it on a tax form, I'm not even look. Did you do this? Well, I'm gonna tell you now. You need to contact the IRS. Tell them you made a mistake because I am filing my taxes and I'm putting a name on it. And when they call you, I'm gonna tell them that you don't have permission to do it. So you need to figure out what you gonna tell the IRS because when they come, they might be coming with the magic bracelets.
That part.
You know.
I mean, I know of a father who claimed his daughter. Now, mind you, he legally walked away, wanted his rights to her stripped, all of that. Basically said when they told him legally he couldn't stop being her father, outside of just, okay, I'll pay my monthly child support, but I don't want to have no visits. I don't care to see her. Don't come to the Starbucks at 2:00 on Saturday because I ain't going to be there type stuff through his attorney just to turn around. This was like in November. And in April, filed taxes claiming her on the tax return and did that for like 4 years and have the nerve to be like, well, I knew the mother couldn't file because she was receiving government assistance for the child at the time. So he was like, well, I felt like if she wasn't going to file it, even though I didn't see her, wasn't taking care of her, hadn't talked to her, and I don't know how long, meaning the child, still try to claim her on his tax return multiple years. And of course, once he received payment, ghost. Said nothing to the child, the mother, none of the above. And then had the nerve to try to fight against it legally because the mother pressed charges. Like, I have court paperwork that I have legal custody. Filing taxes is on me, whether I choose to do it or not. And the fact that you filed this illegally, like, I want to press charges. And when he went in front of the judge, he had the nerve to say, well, if she's my DNA, why can't I do it? Fool, you didn't take care of her. That's a tax credit for parents who actually take care of their kids. Like, make it make sense.
My man, let me tell you something. The crazy thing, well, you know, because you work for these people, you know, the IRS, they got a history. That's why I don't mess with them. I don't mess with the IRS at all. I pay them what they need to get paid. I don't argue. I give them their shit because you do some foolishness like this. They don't have to get you the first year. They'll let you sit there. I got it. Oh, that shit's sweet. Oh, I'm going to do it next year too. You do it 3-4 years in a row. They got you caked up. And then all of a sudden you just get a letter in the mail talking about these forms, your taxes have been filed improperly. You need to forward us X amount of dollars by this time, period.
And not only will they do that, they'll fuck around and be like, you know what? Just for fun, we're going to audit the last 12 years of your life.
Right.
We need all these documents to prove you are who you are. You made the money you claim you've made just for the hell of it, right? Because you decided to do 1 year or 2 years unnecessarily. Right. They just do things for sport. I think up in certain departments, they just put your name and socials on a wheel and spin the wheel and see where it lands to be like, we're going to fuck with him this year.
Yeah,
that's just how it happens.
The FIFO crowd. Like, the more you F around, the more you're going to find out. Because I'm telling you. Because they will pull your stuff. And then once the whole thing, and this has always been my suspicion. I can't prove this shit. I don't have no evidence for it. So I'm being very clear about that. Upright front, forward. This has always been my suspicion. When it comes to the IRS, like most law enforcement agencies, the last thing you want them in there doing is kicking around your wheelhouse.
That part.
When they start pulling on threads, maybe there's some stuff you had that you filed. It was like, kind of iffy and they start pulling on it and it just ain't, look, I don't even need the hassle. And to be honest with you, that little bit of money that you getting from that, I'm going to say a little bit because it can be thousands of dollars, but that money you getting from the child abduction shit is not worth the aggravation and the risk and playing around with these people. Because they will come and get their money. They will get and trust me when I say Uncle Sam is not like, he's not one of these payday loan lender people that you could just duck the phone call. Uncle Sam is going to get his money no matter whether he got to go through your paychecks, start taking money out your bank account, whether freeze your shit. They going to get their money. Uncle Sam
and they get it off top. So even if you owe, say, bankruptcy, you owe child support, they collect theirs before anybody else gets paid.
Right.
So play around with them if you want to.
And they are dead ass about that money too.
And what they will do also is go back however many years and start charging you penalty fees for all the years off top.
Penalties and interest. Yep.
It don't matter if they only contacted you in 2026 for something that happened in 2021. You're still going to be charged them penalties and interest back from 2021.
Right.
So play around with them if you want to.
Yeah, I don't play with taxes.
Yeah, Uncle Sam has never been somebody I find interesting to even joke around with. Like, I'm going to let y'all have that. I don't want it. I don't want no parts of it. I'm not even trying to skip around and play like I want parts of it. You can have it, boo. No, thank you.
Yeah, because the whole thing is like, because Miss Indy said, Miss Monica, the new empty nester, said, I know a situation where both parents can file because they both take care of the child, but the parent with primary custody gets the biggest benefits. Absolutely. If you have, you could be with somebody and you give them permission to file. Like you can give people permission to file, but
Right.
it's just an agreement that you make between you and your whoever it is you give permission to. There is an
Right.
IRS form that you fill out in connection to that, though, which documents that you're giving permission for that person to file. And that's something that I would suggest. I'm not an expert. I'm not trying to give out legal advice. I'm just saying that for me, if I was going to allow somebody to claim my child, I would fill out that form so they can attach it to their taxes when they took credit for my child, which I would not do. But if I were to do that, they would have that file to attach it to their tax form, or they can keep it in their records so that if the IRS ever does come back and say, hey, you didn't have a right to claim them, they would have that form. I can even give you the damn number, but it's you want to make sure that you have that form which gives you permission to file. Because
You may not be
otherwise,
giving legal advice, but you are giving right advice.
right. Yeah. Don't
You are
follow
telling
me.
the people right.
Consult your tax attorney, consult your accountant, for your personal interest. I'm just trying to pull coattails and just saying, but what you don't want to do is if you have a girlfriend or a boyfriend and they say, yeah, go ahead, file those taxes. If like in the case of Monica says she had both parents and either one of them could file, say they weren't together. And for some reason, the boyfriend of the wife, ex-wife, or baby mama, whatever you'll call, he files and says, you know what, I've been paying all the bills. I'm gonna claim this child on my taxes and get the good deductions. And he does it. If a parent files that tax, that same deduction, that social security number appears, and everything is, I don't know why people pretend like they don't understand this shit. Everything is on a computer. So when you put the social security number in for the child, it's going to come up that there's been a claim for that child already. The IRS already know. They're not calling you up guessing. They already know that the child's been claimed twice. And then
it'll flag it quick. It won't even allow you to fully file with that social security attached. So you're thinking, oh, I filed it, it's cool, and it's going to be a warning with an exclamation point hit you back that said the IRS did not accept it. There was an error, and here's the error message. Right. Child withholding credit, something's going on.
Right, already claimed or whatever. And then you go in and you can still claim it. You can still claim it. IRS be like, all right, well, are you sure? And you still claim it. And they'll go back and ask who had the child, like what you were saying earlier. Like you didn't have the child, you didn't take care of it, because that's what's required. You have to take care of the child for the 12 months and be well, not 12 months, but you have to be fiscally responsible for the child at some point in order for you to
they'll
claim
ask for like school records, they'll ask for immunization records, something that documents whoever was supposed to be responsible for the child, they would have.
Right. And if you don't have that shit, I'm telling you, it ain't worth it. Like, I mean, your bank account gonna look fat for a little bit. It will. And it's gonna look lovely for a little bit. But then when the IRS get done with you, please don't do that to yourself. Please don't do that to yourself.
I have a quick story. It was one taxpayer that, was calling in regarding her return, and supposedly she should have had, I think she said like a $35,000 return. And as we looking up the information, come to find out, not only was she not getting back a $35,000 return, which was absolutely asinine, because baby girl, you barely made $10,000 in W-2 income for the year. So you claimed your child. You thought what happened was she went to a tax preparer that basically told her, like, look, we both gonna get paid, right? I'm gonna get you $35,000. All you gotta do is claim this, 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 and this. Follow these instructions. Well, when she started getting them letters, that tax preparer's phone number automatically was do. The number you're trying to reach has been disconnected or is no longer in service. So now she's trying to place stupid, dumb, and retarded, like she didn't know that she was supposed to file certain documents regarding her income in order to claim said return. So,
Right.
no, sweetie, now your case has been gone on to a revenue agent. So, best of luck to you and your daughter. Because, baby, you not getting that money. And if anything, you might end up owing that plus some because now you looked at for fraud.
Right.
And don't be worth it.
And look, the IRS, I know everybody kind of see them as like paper pushers and nerds and stuff, but they are a law enforcement agency. And you can mess around and go to prison messing around with the IRS and that damn money. You know what I mean? Like that shit gets serious, especially because half the time, like I said, all of it is paper and they already have documentation for most of it. So if you got paid from somebody, they already know how much you got paid. It's not even a question. They already know. So when you file your taxes,
believe that they have the access to. People don't believe that the IRS has access to the public's personal information. And baby, yes, they do. You'd be amazed at what they can see with or without your social security number and how many years they can go back with that tracing. And you could try to play around and be like, oh, I don't own a home, knowing your name is on your mom's home. Boo, they know that already. So it's best whenever confronted with the IRS, just be honest. Because lying gonna get you in more trouble than not. And I tell my kids that just with me, period. Like you get in less trouble being honest than you would for lying.
Right.
With the IRS, it's best just to tell the truth. Because trust me, if they're contacting you, it's because they already know.
Yeah.
And the little bit they may not know, they trying to see if you're gonna go ahead and let it be known that you were faulty doing some stuff.
Well, because half the time too, it's not a one-ended thing. Because if you get paid from somebody, the people you get paid for, when you filled out your the W-2s, the I-9s, and all that documentation for HR, they're sending in their taxes too, and they're attaching your Social Security and how much they compensated you for the course of the year. So they already have the information, and what they're doing is they're just cross-checking the information that you provided. They already know. They know what how much you got paid. They know how much you paid out. They know how much you paid for taxes. They know all that shit. So you're talking to people who already know. So going there lying about you're lying to yourself. That's all it is. You sitting there lying to yourself. And that's what I'm saying. Like, so I think that one will be kind of interesting watching this lady kind of shake her way and snake her way through the whole thing of, especially the way her attitude, and when she does it, y'all gonna trip. Because I was watching that, I was like, man, because I'm thinking, because again, I run a lot of the filter through like my situation, and I'm like, if I had a girlfriend and she took one of my kids' Social Security numbers, the fact that she had my kid's Social Security number would be a problem off rip. But then she gonna file some taxes. Like a girl, look.
The fact that she's shady, it leads to questioning me.
Gonna kill us both. Like that.
Here lies James.
Yeah,
he was an amazing father.
Like, we both gonna get done up. Like, what have you done? Like, what have you done?
Honestly, it's just the audacity. Like, again, I watch a ton of, like criminal shows or, Snapped or Who Did It type stuff. And so I watched earlier today a case of not cold case files, but something of the sort. And some older woman, she was on her fourth husband who, he had some money. And I guess she had bad spending habits and, he cut her off and he went missing. Well, come to find out, she shot him 3 times in the chest, buried him, or left him dead in the basement of their home, which was in New Mexico, and then figured out a way to put him outside next to the shed, right, by a tractor, because they lived on this big old ranch. But the fact is, I'm like, how do people come up with the urge to not only unalive someone, but continue living their life as if they did nothing wrong? Like, your day-to-day, you got up, you showered, you brushed your teeth, brushed your hair, you got dressed, and you just chilled, whether you went to work, you talked to your mom on the phone, you traveled to Hawaii on vacation, knowing, I mean, if it was an accident, call 911, get it out the way. If it was an accident, it would have been proven. You gonna get off, keep it moving. But the fact that you unalived him and tried to get in his safe where he kept $1.5 million in cash, but come to find out when they cracked the safe, it was only like 86,000. So she was off. But the stuff that people do, and it's not always like money motivated. And it trips me out to know, like, you could literally take somebody's life for nothing, but then carry on with your life like their life meant nothing. I've never understood that. The shady shit people can do to others and then continue on like, nah, who cares how you're affected by the shit that I did to you? I still did it. And I'm going to continue to do it unless I'm stopped and arrested. Like, you know what I mean?
Right, right.
I don't know. It's always been weird to me because people do it constantly. You know what I mean? Like serial killers, you just going to continue going on unaliving folks just for the hell of it. Like, what the fuck? Where do you get that from?
Well, it's Monday. They don't really care. You know, it don't affect them no kind of way. It's like, go get some people, make some toast. Like, they don't even really see the difference.
Right. Carrying on having conversations. Call into my take on reality and then turn around and do something crazy. Not saying anybody would, but you get what I mean? It's just crazy to me.
Yeah, they're working on somebody while he's talking to me on the phone. But Ms. Monica, the new Empty Nest had the people getting locked up for those PPP loans. And that's how they was going to jail because they already knew they had shit.
Not text. But all righty, my dinner is almost done. Means it's about to get loud in my house.
All right. Well, thanks for calling in, Karma Keys. I appreciate it. You have a fantastic
Not a problem. Evening. Appreciate you too. We got the Speak Pipe coming up on Thursday night.
Yep.
All right. Same bat time, same bat channel.
There you go. Have a good night for your meal.
I'll see you in the chat.
All right. Awesomeness. Yeah, the PPP loans was serious too, because that's how they was getting people. Because they had, like I said, they have all your information. So you're like, yeah, I was making like $150,000 every year, and I have like 18 employees, and I need $1 million in PPP loans. They said, okay, all right, we'll send that money to you. And they're like, according to our records, you live at a 1-bedroom apartment flat. You made $30,000 last year, you know, working at Texaco, pumping gas. So yeah, we're gonna come lock you up, and off you go. In those cases, it was too easy. Yeah, but that's where we are. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me. You know, we did the whole tips thing, which I thought was awesome. Had fun with that. Oh wait, hold on one second. You back? I might have been an accidental call. Okay. Yeah, but we had a lot of fun with that. But let me give Elizabeth's mama a huge thank you for the super chats, as well as Darlene Hall for the Gifted Woman Take on Reality memberships. Thank you so much. Give a huge shout out to the Mega Mod Squad, Lizzie B, Karma Cuties, and Brittany Not Brittany. Thank you guys so much. Let me give you all a little something. All right. And my whole system just went crazy. Hold on one second. But thank you guys so much for hanging out. Like I said, we'll be back on Thursday with the Speak Pipe. For those who are curious, like I said, I will be doing, I'll still cover Sister Wives as they have things to talk about and discuss that I think are interesting. I'm not just going to cover them to be covering them now. Like, trying to generate conversations about them. Like if they want to sell their show, they're going to have to do some work to sell their show. I'm not going to sell their show for them. So that's kind of where I'm at. And it's not even me being bitter. It's just me saying, like, drawing a line. Like I want them to do better with, them meaning TLC. TLC has to do better with the shows that they produce and the shows they put out. I'm also want to do, I don't know whether I want to do a video about it or live. about the new Bachelorette controversy. You know what? I'll pose it to you guys. Well, you know, I'll do it as a video because I want to make some good statements about that. Strong statements. Strong, because I have an opinion about it. I have an opinion. So, you know how that goes. The truth shall be told. You know, I have thoughts. But thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. I appreciate you. As always, let's do the hearts in the chat real quick. I want to give hearts in the chat. For those who don't know, this is a segment I like to do for people who just need support. Not everybody wants to put their name out there or get, you know, have their name read. Some people a little more shy, bashful, or just don't want to, you know, put themselves out like that. But we want to support them anyway and let them know that we have their back. So let's put some hearts in the chat for everybody who may need them. Specifically, we had some folks I want to highlight. We have Jody Periscala, Carmel Cuties, Megatron. They've been, no, Megatron's been going through a lot this year. Ms. Betty, Kathy Ferran, Allison Gaines, Marlo Peterson, and team Ty and Lit Mom. So let's put some hearts in the chat for those individuals. Thank you guys so much for that. Put some hearts in my dang own self. And I appreciate everybody. We will be back again this Thursday. So for Speak Pipe. So if you guys want to leave some Speak Pipe messages, do so. You can leave it about like the stuff that I'm covering now, your opinions on Sister Wives or whatever the case may be. And we'll talk about it on Thursday. All right. That's my take. I'm James, and this has been my take on reality. And I'm out. Thank you guys so much.
'Cause I've been living life right like I could just die any minute. Don't pull right down the side piece, yeah.